Hey guys, I'm captnduck, and well, it's 2012 and a new version of Dwarf Fortress is out. It's 0.34.02, and well, I decided to start a new version of my Dwarf Fortress video tutorial series. So here we are, DFVIDTUTS2012, and I'll use this series to explain Dwarf Fortress to you. It's a complicated game, and this is supposed to be an updated version of my tutorial series. I started way back in 2008, and well, things have changed since then, and that's why I'm starting a new series here. We're starting again from the beginning, and I'll explain everything to you, and well, hopefully that will get you playing Dwarf Fortress and starting a fortress yourself and surviving at least for a little while, maybe. Well, let's get started with that. Oh, before I get started, if you're wondering, yes, I have a Dutch accent. I am from Holland. I'm from the Netherlands, from Groningen to be exact, and I get that question so many fucking times. So here you go. Now let's start with getting to our fortress. Another question I get a lot is, where do you get to our fortress? Where do you install the tile sets, and how do you install Dwarf Fortress? Well, nowadays it's pretty easy thanks to the lazy newb pack, and that's what I'm going to show to you here. If you Google the lazy newb pack Dwarf Fortress, it should load up, and yeah, it probably links to these forums, the Bay 12 forums, and there is a post by Lucas Up, and this guy, and he has made the lazy newb pack, and here you can get it and download it. This is a pack which has a lot of things installed. It has a lot of tools installed. It has multiple graphic sets installed. It's way easier to just download the lazy newb pack than to fix it all yourself. So that's my big tip to you: get the lazy newb pack. Well, this video series is depending on it too, because I made my own embark profile, which is included in the lazy newb pack, but more on that later. So anyway, get it from this site, install it, then extract it, and you'll end up with something like this, the Dwarf Fortress folder. Also, I'm not going to tell you how to extract it. If you don't know how to extract it, Dwarf Fortress is out of your league. Trust me. So, for those of you who can manage that, let's start it, and let's start with opening the lazy newb pack application. And here we go. This is the lazy newb pack settings window, and well, it has done a lot of things for you already. There's some things I'd like to set though, to make it even easier, or well, to play like I'm used to. I'm going to show you those to you too. First of all is set liquid depth to yes, so you can see how deep the water is. More on that later. As for a graphic set, I'm going to install one. I'm going to go by well, Phoebus this time. Sure. Install Phoebus. Press yes a couple of times. Now I have installed the graphic set. This used to be a whole lot of problem and editing back in the past, so thank God for the lazy newb pack. Also in the sound settings pack here, make sure you set autosave to seasonal and FPS counter to yes. That's very important. Also for my videos I need to do some other things, and let me set those up. You don't need to set this, but I do for recording this, and like setting the window here. And what helps for my computer is this option. Not that important maybe for your computer. And if I see it like this, yeah, then I should be safe and be able to launch Dwarf Fortress. If you launch it, you get a window like this, but I'm running it twice, so 1 second. There we go. Looks like I also forgot to set my sound to on, but I changed that. So here we go. This is what you get when you do start Dwarf Fortress. You get a screen and you can create a new world. So that's the first thing you gotta do, so let's start with that. Creating world is one of the beauties of Dwarf Fortress. This game, it's all about randomly generated stuff, and it completely generates a world for you randomly every time, and you can use that. And well, here are some settings to change the world settings. Because I'm recording a video, I'm going to go for a smaller world with short history and well, medals everywhere. That is cheating a little bit. I'll go for frequent for now. These settings, they're not that important. You can generate a large world or a small world. If you generate a large world, then finding a site will take a long time. So I suggest for a new player, maybe make a small or a medium world. For now, I'm going to go with smaller since this is all on video and I'm pressed for time. Short history is fine too. All these other settings are fine. And yeah, mineral occurrence, that's how many minerals, how many metals you'll find in the world. Sparse is normal. I'd recommend set at least to frequent or maybe everywhere to make it even easier. I'm going to go for frequent for now and press Y, or whatever you want to call it in English, to generate a world, and now it's doing it. It's generating the world, making mountains, trees, roads, forests are dying, yeah, more roads are being made, and the world is done. So I just generated this world right now, and it's doing fast, and well, this is the whole world, and you can see things like roads, and these are towns, hills, mountains. There's a volcano here. There's probably an elf village here, and yeah, this is my little dwarf fortress world. Now to move on, first of all, press P to export an image, then press Enter to accept. And while that unloads, I can check a little bit in my dwarf fortress directory. There should be an image here now, the image of the world we just created. It sure is, and let me drag it to the right monitor. Yeah. So if you press P, you get an image like this, and for a large world, this can be very nice, so you can see where the hell you need to go. This should be done now. Yeah, it is. And now we can actually start playing the world. Here you have a couple of choices: Dwarf Fortress, Adventure, and Legends. Dwarf Fortress is the main mode we're going to be playing. It's a managing game. It's sort of like the old Dungeon Keeper games or Evil Genius, if you know that, and a roguelike game, a NetHack. Dungeons of Dreadmore is a roguelike too, but it's sort of a mix of those games, and it hardly has any graphics, but it's so deep and it's so awesome. So yeah, let's go on with that. There's also other modes. Adventure is like a normal roguelike mode, and yeah, it's like a roguelike. It's a completely different game than Dwarf Fortress, and I get the question a lot too. Are you going to do an adventure mode tutorial? And yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not that good at roguelikes either, and I don't feel like learning another keyboard of commands. I'm going to be busy enough teaching you a whole keyboard of commands. So adventure mode, I'm going to leave that to someone else. If you want a recommendation, Sippy Cup is doing pretty good tutorials about them on YouTube, so search for that. Search for Dwarf Fortress Adventure mode on YouTube and you'll find it. And also there's Legends mode, by the way. I'm going to show that quickly. I normally don't ever do this, but Legend mode shows you the history of the world. The world I just generated has lots of historical figures in it. Creatures which have lived for a long time, like all these forgotten beasts, and a male squirrel brute, and a black fiend. This is the history of the world. So let's see at this black fiend. This is a black fiend which lived forever, since the beginning of time, in the underworld, and who killed an elf. Killed it and struck down the elf in the cardinal field. And this is just one item, this is just one monster. There's also a dwarven god and dwarven goddess, and so many items, so many people in the world, like this kobold, who have a history, and the game generates that for you, and it depends on your game. Like, one of these enemies, these forgotten beasts, or this female hydra, could maybe later on attack my fortress. It's one of the creatures of the world, and I gotta love then regenerated stuff. And well, here you can look at way more information, but I'll leave that for now. Time to actually get playing the game. So we move on to Dwarf Fortress mode, and let that load for a second. Now it's loading the world, and here is the world we selected. And yeah, this is a little bit of a weird screen. 1 second. Okay, so this screen, yeah, it is a tad weird. You got to look at it like this. This is the giant world view we generated. This is the world we generated. This is a zoomed in view of what I have here, and this is a zoomed in view of what I have here. So it's the world map, the region map, the local map. And you got to find a good local spot basically to start your fortress at. And well, with the arrow keys we can move around. If I hold shift and use the arrow keys, you can move around faster. And now it's time to select a site. But yeah, well, where will I start my dwarf fortress? I have no idea, and you probably don't have either. So let's use the site finder. If you use the F button, there's a site finding option. And well, let's just set that to find something fast. And since this is a small world, it should be able to find something. And I'm going to set a few settings. I recommend you do the same. And well, let's see. You start with the flugstone. Very important for your fortress, especially for a new guy. You want flugstone in it, so set that to yes. Set an aquifer to no. Aquifers are very bad for new players. Rivers to yes. Shallow metals to multiple. Deep metal to multiple. Soils to, well, it doesn't really matter actually. I like to set it to deep, but doesn't matter. And clay is also optional, but let's set it to yes for now, so you can try and find a good site. Rest of the options are fine. Let's do a search with enter. Now the game will look through the entire world and mark which areas are good with a green X. A green X even, and you can see that on this map and on the region map as well. Oh, now I need to press escape to browse the results even. And let's try and start a fortress at one of these locations. So, like here next to the mountains is apparently good. There's shallow metals here and deep metals. And what's here? There's also shallow metals. There's a road and flugstone. Oh, that's nice. These areas are like villages, and you can't embark in them normally. Hopefully you can later with a hack, but more about that later. Also, well, there's different spots. And I'm going to try and find one of these X now, which looks nice, and which has flux metals near it. I didn't see anything here. And yeah, you move around here and you look at this list, what it has, the site, and well, this has flugstone over here, and there's a river, and mountains, and ooh, the badlands though. You also want an area with trees, and trees scarce. That's a bad idea. You want a lot of trees if possible. So maybe here. These are badlands as well. Maybe at the edge of the mountains here. There's no flugstone here, even though it says it. Here, I'd like to have some mountain and some river in my area if possible. There's flugstone here. There are hills here. There are still sparse trees here. This is a grassland even. I'd like to have some more trees, guys. Maybe here. Here's not flux again. You know what? Let me pause the video and find something. Okay, this looks rather nice. This area here doesn't say flux metals at the start, but if I press the buttons like F1, F2 and F3, there suddenly is flugstone. yeah, if you see, if you press the button, the area changes here. This area doesn't have flux, this one does. So yeah, that's a nice start. Here it has, here it hasn't. Also, this area has an aquifer, which I told you is bad, but well, since this area doesn't have an aquifer, it should be good to dig here. So you can select a site with an aquifer, but make sure it's not completely everywhere. So maybe we'll move down a little bit. Um, this looks fine, and well, also I'm at a road which will show in my fortress. This is a road to the dwarf village over there, and well, just start my new test fortress on this corner and see if something actually will use the road. So let's embark. I selected the site here. Oh, I need to tell you way more. I'm way too used to this, guys. Sorry. Very important keys on these screens are the UMKH buttons. You move these screens with the arrow keys, and you use this screen with the UMKH buttons. So, and also you can resize the area where we're playing in with U and capital U, capital K, make it smaller with capital M, capital H. But I recommend use a 4x4 area like you start with, since that's way better for your computer. Maybe my 5x5 is possible, and this game, it doesn't look like much, but it is a hog of your computer power, and you want it running as fast as possible. So yeah, go for that 4x4 area. That's my tip for that. So UMKH. Anything else I need to tell you here? Oh yeah, the tab button to change modes. Now you can see what else for sort of properties your site has. Press tab 1, you see the namers, where well, there's elves which I'm at war with apparently. Well, that's a good good start and a fun start. There's humans and dwarves. My civilization is well, the blue on the map here, the merged archers. The elevation of the map, elevation even how high the map is. Well, this map is going to be completely flat, but that's okay since there's no aquifer in the top part of the map. There's a woodland, and here we're on this screen again, and well, this seems fine. Woodland, moderate. There's a stream. There's a road of coalitions, little soil, deep metals, flux, shallow metals. Okay, now you should know everything. Let's embark. Press E, and yeah, it gives a warning about the aquifer, but I told you it's not completely in the set. And now you get the preparation screen, and that's going to be the end of this video. Because yeah, next video is going to be about the preparation set, and as you can see here, I've pre-made an embark profile for you to start with. This is the DFVIDTUTS2012 embark profile. It has a lot of options and some errors usually, but I created a set for items your dwarf should bring with them and made it as easy as possible. And I'll explain more about it in the next video, which will be about this set. But well, if you just want to start playing, you need to just do one thing. You load my new file, the DFVIDTUTS2012. It'll probably give some errors like you just saw. You can get those errors back if you press the P button for problems, by the way. It usually gives some error like no fish available, no lobster available. And well, let's fix that. Press N to add something. Type in lobster. Select the cave lobster with the arrow keys, then enter. Press plus a couple of times until your points are gone, and now you're ready to play. So if you just want to go ahead and play and maybe learn more about playing, you might be able to skip the next episode. Next episode will go into detail about that embark profile which I made, and will just be about that. Video 3 will be about understanding the Dwarf Fortress world, since you know we're looking at something, and I know a lot of you will have no idea what you're looking at. So watch video 3 if you have no idea about Dwarf Fortress. If you already have a little bit of idea and have played before, you might want to skip to episode 4, because in episode 4 I'm actually going to start building things. So that's about all I wanted to tell in this first video. Still under 20 minutes, so that's good. Is there anything else I wanted to tell you? Oh, yeah. I'm pretty ashamed to do this, but I know this will work for me. As you might know, I lost my job recently, and that's why I have so much time to work on Dwarf Fortress again in these videos. But yeah, it sucks. And if you guys want to help me, I'm just going to ask for donations here, sorry. But if you want to help me, you can either go to my channel and either click like on the links, that will help me, or you can then donate money to me directly. And you do that here, go to my channel, click here, DFVIDTUTS2012, and you can then donate money to me. Man, I'm sorry for asking you guys, but well, I'm fucking unemployed. But I'm also working on that, so don't be too scared. Anyway, that's enough shameless asking for money. Yeah, so let's end the fucking episode. Next episode, like I said, will be about the product profile. Episode 3, understanding the world. Episode 4, actually starting to build things. So, you know what you might want to skip now. So, that's it for now. That's my channel, and that's back at the game. I'm going to press embark, or not, and see you guys in the next episode.